Alright, this is an older Cub Cadet 124 with the geared rear end with a high and low. Pretty solid little machine. Previous owner just traded it in with buying one from me. Needed small stuff. Rear tire was leaked out really quickly, so I put in a tube in that. Battery was shot, new battery, oil change. I think there was something else too. Exhaust was a little loose, I was rattling, so I bolted that back up. Blades were marginal, sharpened them, and greased the bearings, because these do have greasable bearings on all three. It was the rear right tire that was leaking, by the way. I'm pretty impressed at how slow first gear low is on this machine. I have an old Farm King 990. That's hydrostatic, but it has high and low on it. And that thing I've pulled about 2,500 pounds with that rig easily. I think closer to 5 actually, with the adding a old 70s car on a twin axle 14,000 pound trailer hauling around the yard. And honestly, I think this one could pull more from the feel of it. Mine has ag tires on it, so that's probably the only detriment, but that low gear, I'd be surprised if you're doing a mile an hour at full throttle. Pretty low. Well, I'm trying to think, is there anything else? I believe this is like a 46-inch deck, maybe 48, from the looks of it. I'm not sure on that. I was trying to find a model and serial tag, try to figure out the year. I didn't look that hard, but I couldn't see it. Couldn't find it. I'm guessing it's probably early 70s. I know my dad used to have a 147 that was from 69. Looks a lot alike, except his had headlights and hydrostatic, a little bit bigger fenders and stuff like that. But this was kind of when they were starting to minimalize a little bit, probably save on costs on stuff like fenders and whatnot. So, and it is a lower model than most. Deck runs quiet, belts look good, clutch is strong, tires hold air, all of them now. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got to say. Really not a whole else on this machine in general. Pretty simple. Turn it up. I can show you low gear first, I suppose. Clutch. First gear, so that's about half throttle. That's pretty much all the faster you're going in first gear low. Pretty impressive. Not a lot of lawn tractors today go that slow at full throttle. Especially count hydrostatics. Back up to high here. Alright. Second is probably a good mowing speed. Third gets a little speedy, especially when you're going through brush and stuff. So it kind of rattles around a little bit, missing the weather stripping that originally went on there. Brake does work. It's pretty marginal, but it does function. Start the deck up here. Here, going there. Second again. Amazingly, being, 50 years old pretty much, no smoke. I was pretty impressed by that. Either it's a low-hour machine or the engine's been rebuilt. One of the two. Definitely was taken care of in some regard. It does charge, because when the old battery was in here, it didn't have enough charge to turn her over. They would die at low idle because there wasn't enough charge for the charging system. And you can see the gauges boinging around like they normally do. Yeah, really not a whole lot to them. And of course, absolutely no safety features well before that era, so weak die apparently. It's kind of amazing. My dad used to have basically the same machine, and these little 230 cold cranking at batteries never used to turn it over very well at all. This one turns over quite well actually. I was pretty surprised about that. I do kind of wish it had the headlights in the front, but not like you ever really use it for that anyway. Well, I don't really have much else to talk about, so shut her down. And if you have any questions, throw them in the comments. Otherwise, have a good one.